Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video. I feel like I should have prepared more for it, but I just want to give you my advice for share what I've learned, I guess, per se. Because if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Alex. I got engaged almost a year ago now in April of 2023. And it's been a year of planning. I do not have a wedding planner. I've been planning my own wedding with one of my best friends. And so I just wanted to give you my advice and what I've learned since I've been engaged. So grab your caffeine and let's get into it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this video, but I think I want it to be like, I'm engaged, now what? And if you're engaged and you're watching this, congratulations. Like, it is a very exciting time. I remember when Gary proposed to me like it was yesterday. It also is like, it kind of brings back the honeymoon phase. And a lot of people say that about marriage as well. Like, you know, the first couple years of your dating experience, you're like in this like state of being so in love and so enthralled with each other. Well, Gary and I have been together for 8 years. Will it? 2015. So next year will be 10 years we've been together. So we've been together almost 9. So in July it'll be 9 years, which is so crazy to say. Like, we've been together for so dang long. And yeah, I mean, there's ups and downs in any relationship, and I feel like when he proposed, we fell even more for each other, if that was even possible, to be honest, and it was just such a great feeling. So first off, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Yeah, so literally when we got engaged, I am one of those people. I'm very organized. I really like planning things. I like planners. I like having a set plan, and I think it's because just like my family is not that way. Like, my mom will literally be like, we're coming up this weekend, and I'm like, oh, what time? Do I need to have lunch prepared? Do I need to feed you dinner? And she doesn't have any of that planned out. I mean, that's kind of a bad example, but you probably get it. My family just was a go with the flow type of family, and that's fine, and that's how they roll, but I am not that way. I like to have things planned. When we went to Germany in April of 2023, if you saw that video. That's where we got engaged. That's where Gary proposed. I literally had it written out, like, every day what we were doing, and like what we had planned, just because I just like to be organized, you know? So when this whole engagement happened and wedding planning went, I didn't know where to start. Like, to be honest with you, I was like, what do I even do first? Because there's so much that goes into wedding days now. And I feel like it could be even more than what we are already planning. But I just wanted to give you a few things. So first thing, I bought this wedding planner on Amazon. This isn't part of it. That's part of our venue. But this is the wedding planner I bought on Amazon. I would highly recommend this. And the reason I say that is because there's like just so many things to it, and I really love it. So let me just share. There's like 5 different tabs. So the first thing is like overall vision, and I didn't get this like right away when we got back. So we didn't really do this. I mean, it is good like place to write, but it has overall vision. It's got ceremony vision. I mean, I have some like notes on the reception. And then there's like an attire, hair, and like for me, like I've been saving a lot of things on Pinterest and stuff, so these pages aren't necessary for me. But if you needed to write it out, like, oh, for flowers, like for this one, I have like bridal party boxes, like how I was going to, I am losing stuff, and I don't know what this is. Oh. Anyways, I have bridal party boxes, like proposal boxes, like how I was gonna ask like my girls if they wanted to be bridesmaids and maid of honors. And then you can put like, there's a spot for your wedding party, like I have that all written in, and there's like a lot of spots for notes. So like, discuss your wedding, sit down, and like there's see, it's so hard because I want to like show you all this, but I have a lot written in. So like it has a lot of budgeting tips, and literally it breaks it down. I'll show you a little glimpse of it. It breaks it down per like category, like budget, what it actually is, any notes that you need, which is super cool. And then like discuss your wedding. So like with your partner, you can sit down. What are your ideas? Your partner ideas. Like it has this whole list here. And then it's got a bunch of notes, which I like when I like think about something, I want to just write it down and get all of it out on paper so that I can look back at it. So that's like the first section. The second section is timeline and calendars, which is also super, super convenient because like it gives you a countdown. So like if you have 12 months to go, here's what you need to be doing. And you can like mark off, add notes, anything you need to do. Like 10 to 12 months, this is what you should do. Determine your, you know, vision, all of these things. 8 to 12, 10 months, this is what you need to be doing. And so on and so forth. And then it also has a countdown. Here. So mine started in May of 2023. Hopefully it's like focusing here. Mine started in May of 2023, and it goes all the way through October of 24, which is great because that's actually like our wedding's in September of 24 and our honeymoon's in October of 24. So it's super great because it actually gives you like these stickers you can use, which I love. Like here. See, this is what's due, and we have 1 week out, 2 weeks out. This is when the wedding day is. This is when rehearsal dinner is. Here's the bachelorette sticker, bridal shower sticker. There's the honeymoon sticker. So I personally love that, and I love seeing it laid out, and if we have stuff going on, I will just write it on the little calendar guy. So this has kind of become like my planner and my wedding planner, if that makes sense, so that I don't really have two separate. And then again, there's a lot of notes, a lot of like to-do pages, so you could write down a list of things that you still need to do, which is great. And then the next section is guest planning. So obviously, like, this is where we just wrote down a bunch of people. So like it literally, you can list all the names, and then it gives you like boxes to check. So I think here's some blank pages. This is what it looks like. But it says name, day guest, evening guest, sent the save the dates, invite sent, attending, and then you can also write down what gifts they gave you, because then when you do your thank yous, you can go through these and also cross them off that you sent a thank you, which is also super, super great. And then it gives you like, if you're having a seating chart, you can like figure all of that out, which is super great. Luna, ma'am. I just saw the curtain move and I was like, what the heck? But then it gives you a bunch of tables, so you have like up to like 26 tables. And then it's also super cool because it gives you a spot where you can like draw. So here's kind of ours. I don't have any of that really like filled out or anything, but that was just like an example. Like we're still a lot of months out. I don't need to be filling that out right now. But then yeah, our guest list, you can write all of that down. And then the last two sections are venue and suppliers, and then your wedding day. So like the venue and suppliers, you can write down who you have all set up for everything. So like, who's your venue? How much do they cost? Or same with photographer. What's their website? Price? Are you doing an engagement shoot on the day? What time are they going to be there? Same with like dresses, like what dress style do you want? Or what's your vision for your dress? Like they even have like this. And then they have like bridesmaid dresses. And it's cool because they do have money saving tips in here as well. So like this one says, larger department stores often stock plenty of bridesmaid dresses at high street prices. So it's kind of cool that it also gives you like budgeting things. Also gives you some things and things to note about caterers, hair and makeup, like all your vendors that you need. And then on your wedding day, it just says, you know, what are your readings, if you're having readings, like creating a photography list, music choices. Like it kind of, yeah, it gives you like a photography list, which is nice. And then also gives you a spot where you can do like an itinerary, which is super nice. I have a couple on my phone as well. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I didn't really need to go through the whole book, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what it's all about. But for me, the first thing we had to figure out was venue. And I feel like that's what I would recommend first. Like, don't get super overwhelmed because it is a crazy process, but like, start with venue and date. So if you have a particular date in mind, like Gary and I started dating in July, and I was like, there's absolutely no way we're getting married in July. And the reason I say that is because we're in Nebraska. July is so hot. And I'm like, Gary already gets warm like super easily. So I'm like, absolutely not. So we were like, we want to do it fall. So we were thinking like September, October-ish. And when we saw our venue, I like fell in love with it. It's beautiful. And the only date they had was September 28th. So that's, you know, what we booked. So I feel like that's a big thing because obviously venues get full very fast, especially if you want to have it like on a weekend, like a Saturday date. Obviously those are going to fill up first, but you could opt to doing a Friday or a Sunday or even a weekday. It's crazy enough, it's cheaper. They charge you less if you do it on a weekday, which is crazy to me, but it's obviously harder for people to be there if it's on a weekday though. So just a note. But yeah, that's where I would start. I would start your venue and your date, and then after that you can kind of look into other things. One thing I do recommend is The Knot. This is not sponsored or anything, but The Knot is an app or a website. You can set up like your wedding website. So essentially it is super cool because it goes off of your location. So it will recommend caterers, it will recommend florists, like all of these things. It'll also tell you how many days you have to the wedding. You can put your RSVPs on there so you can have people go directly to the website to RSVP. You can put your registries on there, all of the things, which honestly, I did that right away because I know a lot of people that have gotten married recently have been using it, and it was recommended to me on Instagram as well. But like, look at all these vendors you can choose from. Like, it gives you a whole list, like photographers, and you can like filter through what you prefer, or if you have a specific price. It also will tell you like the dollar signs, like, you know, when you Google a restaurant and it's like, ooh, this is pretty expensive, it has 3 out of 4 dollar signs or whatever, it has that on there as well. So you kind of get an idea of like how much it's going to cost you, and then you can also like request quotes, you can email them, it gives you their website, all of the things. So it's kind of like Google, but like made easy for you, right? And one of the things that we also did was we also bundled things. So, well, I guess 2 of the things, but we weren't sure if we should have a videographer, because I'm like, do we really need it? But we went and decided for it, and the reason we did is because we could bundle it with our DJ, and it was less if we bundled. So that's just another thing to look into. I don't know if every area has something like that, but you know, if one company offers multiple options, maybe that's something to look into. But if you're newly engaged, that's kind of my tips. First, get the wedding planner, decide on your venue. I mean, you're going to start with venues anyway, and your date, and happy planning. I mean, I'm not a wedding planner or anything. Like I said, I've pretty much planned my wedding with me and my best friend, and obviously Gary. His input was definitely needed a lot of the time too, but happy planning. I am excited for you, but I hope this is kind of helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. I would love to have you here as part of our family. It's free too. I say that every time, but it's free to subscribe. But I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. You're just eating over there? I swear, every time I'm filming, she just comes in here. Easy girl. Unbothered.